Joseph Smith as well by the look of things. So Max Cuthbert didn't do a great deal wrong. Colin Cronin has also gone through as well. The problem was he was on the outside line coming out of Nelson, and then every time the door was open there was another car there ready to sneak through, and he just couldn't get back.
Well, the grass is just as dry here as where it's been everywhere else I've been this weekend.
Everybody's coming down below and you just can't feed back into the
Bernard's at Goodwood for the Festival of Speed on Thursday and Friday, and the grass was so dry there. At the end of each day, it looked like I've been standing in the Sahara Desert. I was just covered from top to bottom in dust.
Alfie Slater, Scott Kinlimber, Joseph Smith, Robert Cronin, Max Cuthbert, George Proudford, Nowder, Harry Bartle and Ethan Lennon, the South African, complete the top 10 the way things stand. Colin Cronin with a locked brake heading in towards the Wilson hairpin. It looks as though further down through the order then George Proudford Nowder is looking to see whether he could squeeze his way through and gain a place. Several cars just running wide as they head out of the Wilson hairpin. Dust being thrown into the windscreen of the cars that sit behind.
I said 51, didn't I?
Yeah.
It's Fred Green that was leading away by 7/10 of a second at the end of the first lap of the race, and I said he got a mini breakaway.
So he's highlighted the ones 51, 50, 71, no, 75, 83. So no, they're running 6 cars.
Still just about picking up a little bit of the hole in the air that was being made.
I said he had 51.
So it's still Fred Green that leads the way as they head.
Where did I find that photo? I want to see if it was in the bottom or not.
Yeah, that's fine, mate.
As they head up towards Oggies that time through. So through the right-hander at Oggies, up towards Williams and onto the Bentley Straight. Fred Green leads the way. Rocco Coronel will probably do what he did yesterday again and just work with Fred Green for the moment, push him along, probably not try and attack for the lead of the race, see whether the two cars working together can gain an advantage. But Fred Green is now under pressure because Rocco Coronel doesn't sit with him this time through. Rocco Coronel is jigging out from behind and he's going to go around the outside of Russell to get the inside line for Nelson. Should gather at the moment. The grass is certainly sufficiently dry.
That was an impressive move.
Not to skitter off towards the barriers too far, but up towards the end of the
you can't fault the juniors.
Rather than wait to grab the lead of the race with 5 minutes to go as Rocco Coronel tried yesterday, he's gone for it straight away here and has picked up the lead of the race. And he's now got Fred Green and Alfie Slater right behind him. In fact,
how have they gone down? At the start of the year, there was around 20.
There was no gap between the rear bumper of Rocco Coronel and the front bumper of Fred Green. He'll need to back off a little bit just to allow his nose of his car to come back off the rear bumper of Rocco as they head up towards Ritchie's, which is what he did.
No.
Definitely something flapping underneath.
They've probably took one look and like, I ain't going up north.
It's in the centre of the car, and it's only when he gets up towards Max.
Use that as a drop round.
So I'll have to see whether that is going to cause him any problems. For the moment, the performance of the car would suggest that it is not performance hindering at the moment because he's just gone through into second place and the first while
I'll have to look it up later.
Third place and coming under pressure.
Yeah, I need to have a look at the junior Fiestas as well, see how Turkington's boy has been developing.
The braking area for Agostini. We squeezed 9 laps out of the allocated time yesterday.
I mean, they're back here next weekend, aren't they? Yeah. Thought that was a bit odd to see them do Snetterton twice in a year.
360 degrees coming out of Agostini. I'm afraid that that's just going to drop Fred Green way down through the order.
Yeah.
Scott Klimlimblom largely got away with that.
Starstruck.
That one, I would have thought. And then there's a little bit of contact further down through the order as well, with one car sliding sideways.
I remember one of the time he was racing the Am-Speed E36 at Donington. I walked in and he was like standing right by the car. I was like, oh my god, it's Colin.
He's way down through the order. He's now also just picked up a warning for track limit. Just getting a replay of this. So the door is open.
Yeah, did the opening 2 rounds that year.
And then as we come out of the corner, yeah, Fred Green was already heading wide, and Scott Kinlimblom just nudged him to the together. If they start to squabble, they'll slow each other
Did
up.
you find your photo?
Yeah.
If they work together, they can maintain.
Oh yeah, they're in one
then
of the bollards.
with a few laps to go, they can roll their sleeves down and split it out as to who might be the victor of what would be round.
Well, they do seem to be clamping down real hard on the, you know, driving standards now, because they, it was last year they started to give them grid penalties if they get, you know, too much in trouble. I mean, smart thing to do.
But Torrin Bird's made good progress because he's up to 9th now. Is Torrin Bird? Where did he start? He started down in something like 25th position for this race. Having had a terrible qualifying and not getting a lap in. And George Proud-McNalder completes the top 10. As for Fred
So
Green,
how many do you think you had in your barn? Was it all of them?
the lead of the race earlier on, down to 16th position
1, 2, 3,
for Fred,
4,
so he has left himself
5, 6,
a huge
7.
amount of work to do, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
And it's right
The amount of money you had
well.
sitting in your garage.
Head round
Yeah,
through
it's
Parliament.
crazy.
7 Ginetta Juniors.
Queuing up behind him, trying to go through him. It's Joshua
Yeah,
Watts that
that's
sits
a cool
behind him.
photo.
Yes, it is, in the Tim Gray Motorsport car. Revy Lane.
Handy when one of their employees has a big enough garage to then hold all of their race cars whilst they move base.
An extra couple of places here and there. But the problem is that
He sent some cool photos.
he's right in that mid-pack where they're all busy squabbling. And then we've got one that's been turned around again by the look of things at Agostini.
Oh,
And that's number
GT40,
22 car,
very
the
nice.
fallback car of Josh Watts has had the spin.
He's on
The
TV
metallic
somewhere
blue
as
car,
well.
blue car with
That's
big
him.
flashes pointing
He's
in the wrong
the
direction, and Agostini will drop him down towards the tail end of the field. And that was the car that was directly behind Fred Green, actually. So, as I say, Fred Green was right in that pack, the busy pack, and that happened directly behind the man who had been leading the race earlier on before
It's
he was kicked
literally
into a
my
spin.
dream car.
Down Benton
Oh,
Straight,
that's sick.
Rocco Coronel for R Racing leading the way. Who's behind him? His R Racing teammate. Who's in third? Another R Racing car, Scott Kinliflin. Safety car.